Let's see who's going to pop on this evening then. There's your 1905 Transport for Wales service to Milford Haven. Calling at Gowerton, Llanelli, Pembrey, Maryport, Carmarthen, Whitland, Clonderwin, Cloverston Road, Haverfordwest, Johnston and Milford Haven. I'm not expecting many people to be around this early in the evening, but I thought I'd pop on. That, and we've got a partnership with UK Departure Boards. The affiliate link that we've got from the company is available in the description below, and we'll get a small commission from any purchase made on the website. At this moment in time, it is limited to the desktop departure screens. The feed we are currently basing off is departureboards.mobi, which is also their web address. Okay, there's crew, the next train being the 1907 East Midlands train service to Derby. Right, you've asked for Newport. Which Newport? Essex or South Wales? Okay. The next train is the 1911 cross-country train service to Cardiff Central. Calling it Cardiff Central only. The next train is the delayed 1908 Trans-Pennine Express service to Manchester Victoria, Manchester Oxford Road, Manchester Piccadilly and Manchester Airport. Don't know why they need to circle all of the stations for, but there we are. Hello, Tom. I think these notifications are broken again. Not because there's next to nobody here at the time, but because everybody's experiencing a massive view drop. All channels are affected at the moment. Channels are seeing literally a 60% drop in views most of the time. I see you got one, Tom. I never see my own notifications pop up anymore. Because I've got notifications for this channel to come through from my announcement channel. I've not even had one pop up for this yet. And usually it duplicate through. Yellow weather warnings are in place on some routes. Trains between Penrith and Lockerbie delayed by flooding, and trains between Lichfield and Stafford will be diverted via Birmingham International. And so you got a notification also, did you, APT? 'Cause 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 Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's something, of course, with the what's it, notification that just sodding people about. Next train at platform 5, the 1913 to Carnforth at Silverdale, Arnside, Grange-over-Sands, Kentsbank, Carkencarkmel, Ulverston, Dalton, Roos, Barrow, Askham, Kirby and Furness, Foxfield, Green Road, and Millham. If you got vacation and all, did you, Yappo? This system's absolute dog shit. Looks like the text is also jolting very slightly on there. Let me just watch this through a moment. Yeah. So that train's just at Hamble, the delayed 1918 South Western Railway service to Portsmouth and Southsea. We're going to move over to Brighton with the next train being the 1911 Southern service to London Road, Moulsecoombe, Falmer, Lewes, Newhaven Town, Newhaven Harbour, Bishopstone, and Seaford. Yeah, I use vidIQ, but that wouldn't be a problem with the notifications. Because I've got the new subscriber notifications switched off. Just whilst we're on Brighton, why is the two different pronunciations broadcast across the Southern network for Moulsecoombe? Why does Matthew Streeton call it Moulsecoombe? And then there's Anne with Moulsecoombe. Use one. Don't use two different pronunciations. Mind you, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. Let's move over to Shrewsbury. The female facilities are out of order at Shrewsbury. The 1915 Transport for Wales service to Birmingham International has been cancelled due to waiting for a part of this train to be attached. Wait, so you're waiting for the other set of the carriages, but then you just pull the train anyway? Must be a bug somewhere. Yeah, like I said there, Tom, why do you need two variations? Yeah, but I think that one's the same nationwide. I don't know how to say it because Northern Ireland uses that as well, and they call it Bangor, which practically is Bangor. You just take the H out, Bangor, and that works either way. And I think if you was to wear the terminating infliction here, it would sound the same as the Northern Ireland Railways copy. Mind you, they're currently using a rare pattern. So if Tom could by chance get himself to Ireland in the next week, on his page you would hear Northern Ireland Railways service to Moira due to engineering possession. What a shame we ain't got teleportation devices. I don't think I've got the NI website available with the with actual departures on it. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, APT. Right, let's see if I got the app on this thing. I'll download it whilst I... Oh, the flipping hell. Oh, no. Translink. Oh, I do have it. Right, whilst I'm at it, I'm going to flip the feed over. If this will work. Over to... I'll try Portadown. I don't know if there's any service... Yeah, there we are. There's one to double in Connolly. So that's not showing any buses in Northern Ireland. Right, let me figure one. Hang on, I know there's a terminating at Moira somewhere. At least I thought there was. It might just be tomorrow. It's extremely peak service. Yeah, I can't find one tonight. There. Link on the top of the board, or use my link in the description below and give me £10. Well, there might have been some errors during the installation of the Virgin Trains West Coast system, because some of that sounds like it was cut off somewhere. Let's do one more NI station, then I'll flick it back to Breton. Let's see if Lanyon Place wants to appear. There we are. There's a Londonderry service. Yeah, they've got weird head codes there. They're probably all mixed. Ah, flipping hell, hang on. There we are. Back in Britain, momentarily. Thameslink services through Wimbledon may be delayed. Trains to and from Victoria will be delayed for 45 minutes. One of those messages might be expired because there's quite a few expired ones on the alternative feed at the moment. Right, is that still going? Right, the Thameslink one's still active. They're both still active currently. Wait. Waterloo, yeah, that's right. There's points failed at Queenstown Road, Battersea. That's Waterloo buggered again. Yeah, it does. And then we've had Manchester Piccadilly re-recorded about 3 times. Was that English, Declan? East Midlands Trains Railways is intercity. All the trains will be in a brand new name, but keep the East Midlands paintwork. Doesn't sound English to me. Hang on, that's not right. Yes, it is. Now, do I get a choice on that one? Right, we'll go to this one where I saw a fatality the other day. Well, that wasn't fun. It was going to happen, of course it was. Inevitable. Good thing with the NREA feed, it shows you exactly where a train is. But the feed, of course, is still quite buggy. EMR will get rid of the HSTs, the 156s and the 153s. And the 158s. They're doing a whole fleet renewal with brought in stock from other operators, such as intercity services that are currently operated by Meridian will be replaced by a 180 from Hull Trains. Services operated by HST will be covered by the Class 360s from Greater Anglia on electric service between London and Corby, and intercity services will also swap in between Sheffield, London and Nottingham with the Class 810. I think they probably will do, Tom. Do they use it on Abellio West Midlands trains? Yeah, if they currently use it on Abellio West Midlands and London and blah-de-blah, then probably they will transfer it over. Because what I think will happen is no doubt a whole renewal of the system. Because that seems more than likely. Oh yeah, EMR is getting ScotRail's 170s, the remainder of them, to cover regional services as far as Newark Castle. I would think that the announcements will use the brand as opposed to the company name. So like services between Nottingham, Mansfield and Worksop and that, EMR Regional, I don't think that they'll literally just use the main operator name and not the brands. Because the brand in the trains A, B and C, I'd have thought that they'd be called A, B and C in the announcements. I don't know what your thoughts on it is, but that's what I think about it. I think it'll be the brands as opposed to the company name. Because otherwise, it'd be strange, say, having all your trains branded different things, but announcing them as one great big service. It'd be strange. Yeah, not just like West Midlands, I mean in general, because now it's practically gone from 2 brands with the Abellio West Midlands to 3 brands with the Abellio East Midlands. I think it'll be split brand by brand when describing a service. Oh yeah, and by 2022, EMR will be getting Class 175s from Transport for Wales. So it's a complete random overhaul. On that, I don't know if they would keep Ruth on the 175s or what they're actually going to do, because the automatic announcements have been tested on 222023 recently under supervision of an Abellio manager. That was, I think, yesterday, that. And the voice wasn't even ever an employee of the company, right the way through Central Trains. Never an employee. They're just some random woman. Wouldn't be Julie Berry. Although, would Abellio East Midlands onboard announcements be Julie Berry to fit in with the Abellio theme? With, like, Greater Anglia and West Midlands? Will they keep with that theme or just pluck some person off the street, basically? Or how would they do that? Weather at Leeds. I doubt it would be a cappella Rachel. Because nobody other than the 707s use that voice on trains. Although what might happen, even though it's a great big bloody long shot, is, you know how Julie Berry used to read the safety information at Nottingham Station? They might flip things around and replace Julie Berry on East Midlands services with Anne. It's a very long shot, but then essentially you're swapping around from what you used to have at Nottingham. I think I've got a recording somewhere, and I think I played it through before. Because in the day also, Nottingham's manual announcements still used to use Julie Berry's chime. I think that stopped before the fire. It is Ruth that still says transport for Wales. Because people change over time. Let me see if I've still got it. Alright, I'll have to go into this other site. Oh, flipping hell, hang on. Bear with me. Here we are. This used to play at Nottingham Station, which makes me think that did Julie Berry announce actual services then, or was it just for the sake of security?
This is a health and safety announcement. Passengers are reminded that flash photography is not permitted at this station.
So yeah, on that, they could throw things around with some East Midlands stations and swap Julie Berry in, because that message there makes me think that it was more than just that. It used to be played at Nottingham beforehand. I know it used to be something more, because you wouldn't just hear one random message like that in a different voice on its own, would you? I don't know, Pat and Adam. Maybe. I'm probably the only person who bothers. What I'll do though, I'll get hold of Abellio sometime when the next Twitter account launches and try and get through to management, just to see then what we can do about the acapella Rachel and that, and what's going to happen with the rest of the stops. Because it's all currently up in the air. They probably don't know themselves. Well, Tom, at one point, people were probably in the same mind with Phil Sayer and Celia Drummond, weren't they? Could say the same for Ruth Mitchell. They would all have been in the same kind of thing at the same time.
Excuse me, a PT155, why did you just call me crap?
Yeah. Southwestern have Anne and Roger, but they've sped Roger up on his, the next train to leave, but then the calling patterns can be read very, very slowly, with gaps, as you'd hear on any announcement that goes through, lip hook, lists, both of those two, you can tell there's a gap between them, because that's not been sped up or cut. Whereas the main scripting has been thrown in a speed loop, and that's been sped up, and Anne's been slowed down. Faster, yeah, but doesn't sound too good, does it? Like when you hear it over and over, it's not like, oh god, that's nasty. But it's not something that you would put in place yourself in the state that it's in. Now, there's probably zero chance of this, but if Roger passed through a Southwestern station himself and heard himself, he'd be like, the bloody hell have they done to me? I didn't ask for this. The chance is there, I suppose. TP Rob was absolute dog shite. That's one that I could not stand for the life of me. Some of Anne's new recordings are quite a bit. Might just be a new microphone. Right, I'm gonna let me see if I've got a Rob on this site to show how bad that was. Here's one. That wasn't the best copy in the world, but I think you might have just managed to make that out. That, of course, was clearly from Barnetby before the changer, and that was no. Who's this?
The next train at platform 1 is the 2108 Transpennine Express, service to Cleethorpes, calling at Barnetby, Heyborough, Grimsby Town, and Cleethorpes.
That's read way too fast for my liking. No, and even if there was chimes APT, you didn't have a cat and else chance of recording any full announcement with it. Even with OT, you had no chance. It does sound like they are in one word. Let me pull up departure balls.mobile across to Newcastle for a second. Like, the train you look over now will be literally read as Durham, Darlington, York, Doncaster, Sheffield, Chesterfield, Derby, and Birmingham New Street. It'll be read out just like that. Oh, South Western would like Rob. They probably would. It wouldn't be very good though, would it? He was a train guard, and bloody hell. He wasn't even on any actual trains announcing there. It was some woman who's still on there now. No, that's cross. There's Bromley South. Next train for Swanley, Otford, Borough Green, Westmoreland, Maidstone East, Bearsted, Hollingbourne, Harwich, Lenham, Charing, and Ashford International. It's stupid. It was way too bloody quick. It's a joke. If you want one of these, link in the description. The only version I've ever heard is the one I played through, which is what I heard at Grimsby Tone before the switch over to ATOS. Even though then the chimes were lost. And stayed lost. Then come back with ATOS. Then, of course, on the same thing, we've got Celia, haven't we? Celia's quick on Chiltern, Northern, whatever else is left. But then on South Western was extremely slow, and everything was re-recorded from square one. Stations, the script, why? Especially when they dumped it about a year after. Like what we've got over at Rotherham, the patching in of Stagecoach Supertram and the stops to Sheffield Cathedral isn't too bad. But then if the whole system was re-recorded there as well and made slower, you'd be like, the bloody hell they done that for? Yeah, on that, Only Woman or AMET was practically like Rob. Sometimes stops were whizzed through, and some were stopped halfway for a break and then continued again. Yeah, but that's the modern copy APT. Whereas, like, if the whole system for Northern was re-recorded like that, you wouldn't really know where you stand. And not even just on the platform, you wouldn't know what the bloody hell they've done or why. Yeah, just on that, Declan. Do we think that EMR will switch from coaches to carriages? Because I don't I think over the years, London Midland changed from coaches to carriages. I'm not sure whether South Western ever used coaches. It is worth a thought. Will anything change in that regard? Yeah, I know. I'll probably pop down to Worksop sometime and catch it, Tom. Unless you want to do that job for me and try and get yourself a short session out of it. Because what I'm going to try and do is head to Nottingham for launch next week and see if they've got like a full introductory message like Transport for Wales did it across their network. I'll pull theirs up. Hang on, someone uploaded a copy of it a while ago. A few weeks back now. Which Transport for Wales was recorded by Errol Jones, which does the Welsh announcements on their stations. So it makes me think there, on the EMR one, will that be recorded by Anne or just the standard disruption member of staff in the East Midlands Control Centre? Who knows? Here's Transport for Wales one.
We're Transport for Wales, your new train operator. We just wanted you to know that your tickets are still valid and train times remain the same. We have some exciting plans, which means that from 2019, we will start introducing better trains, and by 2023, you will experience the world-class train service you deserve as part of our 15-year, £1.8 billion investment to transform your railway. So welcome on board as we begin our exciting journey together.
That was Errol Jones, otherwise known as Glyn, the male announcer on Transport for Wales. That was recorded by a member of their staff. So how will it be done for EMR, or will they just scrap it? I think there was something going around earlier, but I don't know who the bloody hell recorded it. Yeah, Greater Anglia uses coaches. That's the thing that hasn't really changed, but some operators have. Like, I think we agreed that South Western did, and London Midland did swap over time. LNER probably would say carriages because they do at Leeds now, and that's Network Rail Station. Yeah, and what we've also been seeing, Tom, is these staff jollies instead of attending union talks. It says a lot about what they think of the public. Absolutely fuck all. They don't care. Why would they care? The customer service is zero. The passenger satisfaction rate has got to be like 60%. Their service performance on an average day is about 70%. It's ridiculous. And they're like, oh, we did absolutely amazing. You didn't. Shut up. What I play through, yeah, that is Glyn, or Errol Jones as he's officially known. That was him recording that for Transport for Wales. Yeah, LNER is going to go down shortly. We're just waiting for all these information screens to be replaced. York's changed, Newcastle's changed. They're waiting for the rest of the network to go to instate an automated system at the same time across all their stations, which is logical. Because otherwise, like, you're doing it station A by F by D, and you don't know where you are or what you've done. But if you do it in the same swoop, you're well away. There's a Tunbridge train running behind. Forecast severe weather is expected to affect services across the southeastern network on this day. Also, here's one for you, Tom. Cross-country services through the next couple of weekends will divert via Lichfield City due to engineering work. I know they'll be doing that next Sunday because I've checked ahead and it'll be a cross-country shuttle between Nottingham and Derby for passengers to then connect at Derby for a train to Burton-on-Trent, Lichfield City, Rome to Birmingham. No trains through Tamworth on the up level, and probably none through Wilnecote. Right. So the next train there's the 1946 Great Western Railway service to St Austell, Parr, Lostwithiel, Bodmin Parkway, Liskeard, Menheniot, St Germans, Saltash, St Budo Ferry Road, Keyham, Dockyard, Devonport, Plymouth, Ivy Bridge, Totnes, Newton Abbot, Teignmouth, Dawlish, and Exeter St David's. Yeah, exactly, Tom, that's the thing. They say they've got all these fantastic statistics. They've got none. They've got absolutely none. And even with Stagecoach starting about over pensions during the franchise bid, I doubt they'd have kept East Midlands anyway. Because the service has gone downhill over time, why would you want to push it down further? Now that is a thought. Why would you want to push it even further? It's like shooting a skeleton. It's dead. Stop it. Next train from platform 1, the 2004 Great Western Railway service to Falmouth Docks, calling at Perranwell, Penryn, Penmere, Falmouth Town, and Falmouth Docks. Looking back at it, you know, people say Central Trains was bad for punctuality. They've been bloody beaten, haven't they? They've been completely beaten by East Midlands. I didn't think it was possible. But apparently it is, and it's been done. The only way is up. Yeah, that might be dumb thinking, but we can't get any further down than we're at. Not a chance. Like, if it goes any further down under the next operator, what's the bloody chance? And what's the point? I think the block might be next Saturday. I know it runs through next Sunday. I'm not sure about Saturday, though. I'll do a search ahead. What will it be? It will be the next week, the 17th. Let me have a look ahead, hang on. No, yeah, it starts next Sunday, the block, by the looks of it. Actually, it literally completely closes off Tamworth. You'll have trains running... Sorry, you'll have a couple of London... Sorry, you'll actually have nothing running through. You've got buses from Wilnecote to Lichfield City and back. Buses... You know, they want to run the Crew Euston trains. They want to run them. Buses back to Wilnecote. Buses over to Lichfield. Yeah, nothing too special anyway. Be more special during the engineering blockade at Newark Flat Crossing. But that'll block off, of course, all connections through Lincoln Central and Newark. And because there's no track switch anymore, EMR couldn't even do a shuttle between Nottingham and Fiskerton because the crossover's been taken out. Same as Staithorpe. They could do a Newark Castle to Nottingham to Rolleston, but they can't because the crossover's been taken out at Staithorpe Box. So during the block, there can be no trains between Nottingham, Newark or Lincoln because there's no way to turn around again. Nobody's good at contingency planning. Nobody's good at this. I think we should probably just give up and call it a bad idea. That's blurring a bit, isn't it? There we are. Phone's getting up. And we're still testing iOS 13. We're on beta 6 at the moment. Should be released in a few weeks. Possibly at the next Apple event. No, that wouldn't work, Declan. That's the thing. You could divert all the local trains to Grantham, but there'll be no connections through to Newark. Because all that Grantham will see during the block is the local East Midlands to and from Skegness and Nottingham. That wouldn't work. Hey, cute wolf. I think it's the end of the month, APT. It's a long name there, Bryn. Oh, yeah, that's in a couple of weeks, isn't it, as well? The King's Cross block, I think, is the exact same time as the Newark block. They don't have to reverse at Grantham. They could just ignore Grantham and not call there. That was I was just reading something. Right, any final requests before I go and push out a main video? Well, that was quick. 𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐷𝐉. Which was going to go up tomorrow. Austin, what have you thought of the little look-arounds of Whitley Bridge through 𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐾liff? Any good, or should I just scrap it off and not do any more of them? Because I thought, like, whilst I was in the air, I needed to pick them up, but I wasn't waiting, like, 7 hours for a train. So that was instantly out of the question. Should I keep doing the little walk-around things of things, or just sack it off as a bad deal? That wasn't English, Declan. Well, of course it has, Tom, because most of the trains now from Euston go through to Liverpool instead of terminating at New Street. That causes the problems. Oh, for fuck's sake, who invited screen recorder? Yeah, I ask why, because, like, the videos haven't been doing too good, but, like, there's also been a massive view shortage around everybody anyway. But, like, all the notifications aren't going out, videos aren't being thrown and recommended anymore. I say it's not just affecting me, but I have noticed it occur. It's just a question of what to do about it. So it's not just suddenly going to go away and come back to normal, is it? Nothing does. I don't care what you do in AB trains, but it's been in GCR that you need to put a shirt on, or you'll get banned. And also, Adam, why did you cancel GCR? Everyone's meaning to ask and wants to know. Why did you do it? Yes, not the Great Central Railway at Loughborough. Anyway, I think I'll throw you off now anyway. You're probably all fucked off. But once this is... No. Right, what I'll do is I'll get a main video ready to go out, which was recorded the other day, and throw it up as soon as I end this. So if you've stuck around for the hour we've been here, thanks for your time. I probably won't bother you again, but you can have a notification after this, if it works, for a pre-recorded video from the East Riding of Yorkshire.